Welcome. Never mind.
Scotty.
Hey, oh yeah, man. Hey, welcome back to Toons Brothers Strange Ways, everyone. We are doing, in my opinion, tonight. Now, this is my opinion. This is the Motley Crüe album that is at the top of the poll for me. It always has been. This is where Motley began in my life. Shout at the devil, dude. Literally, I think they made the right decision by putting this out instead of their first album out first. This one grabbed the attention of all the 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids and ran with it, just like Iron Maiden did at that time. This is, when I think of Motley Crüe, this is what I think of. I know a lot of people, yeah, I do love almost all of their stuff, especially on their first 5 albums. But this is the starting point for me. Looks at Kill was the first song I think I ever heard by them and the first video I ever heard by them. And we wore this album cassette out. Literally. I love everything on it. Go ahead and give my little piece here on this. There's nothing that I don't love on this album. This is one of those albums for me. Now, we have to rank these songs. They've got to fall somewhere. So here we are back on common ground where I've got to put them somewhere. Now, that's my take on it. I love it. I think it's Motley Crüe perfection from front to back. Producers, whoever made decisions on this thing, done it right. To me, that's what made Motley Crüe become what they were and how big they became. Take it, Rob.
All right. This, I've said my favorite 3 Crüe albums are Too Fast for Love or Live Wire, if you ask Gigi.
Yeah.
Shout at the Devil and Dr. Feelgood. God, at any fucking day, I could put one above the other. But what I've come to realize through about 30 listens, and not out of have to, out of pure addiction the last 2 days, this is a fucking perfect album. You can say what you want and we'll get there about Danger. But this fucking album, I had to actually, and I don't usually like to look shit up, but I was just curious of what the fuck was going on in 1980s, album wise, because this is, I still contend, something that's never fucking been done before or since. The sound of this album. In 1980, of course, you got the legendary Back in Black and British Steel. Both of those monster fucking albums. Heaven and Hell from Black Sabbath, Blizzard of Oz, and Ace of Spades from Motorhead. In 81, Moving Pictures from Rush, Diary of Madman, Killers from Maiden, and Caroline from Van Halen.
For
82,
those,
Number of the Beast, Screaming of Vengeance, and Blackout. In 1983, people, fucking Metal Health, Pyromania, fucking
shout at the
the
devil.
devil, and fucking Lick It Up. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
I mean, what a fucking amazing goddamn year for fucking albums. But Scott's exactly right. I mean, I knew the video, and I was too young to remember. I knew the video for Live Wire very well. But this was the first album I knew very well. So I don't know if I saw that video before I heard this album or not. There's not enough good things. All I can say is if anybody, panelists on this show or viewers or anybody, if you don't like this fucking album, you're not a fucking heavy metal fan. You're just fucking not. There's no fucking way you could ever have any credibility and say you don't like. And I don't give a fuck what you think about Vince Neil's voice, Darren. This fucking album is fucking that goddamn good. I forget about Mick Mars's great, melodic riffs. The rhythm tone on every fucking track just constantly cuts you. I mean, this, I can't say enough. This was fucking fantastic. I don't even fucking know where to try to start rating these things, but we're going to have to give it a fucking shot.
Yeah. And it was tough, especially when it got up into the top 5. I just had to go with, these are all number 1, but I got to put them in a spot. So that's the way we went with it. It's the way I went with it anyway. Of course, number 9, and we didn't do the 2 intros with as single songs because we'd have had 11. We used those with the songs. They were, with Helter Skelter and Shout at the Devil like in the beginning. So
real quick, Motley, I have not heard the Karabi album with Crue yet.
We're going to get there.
Yeah.
But anyway, my number 11, and it's probably always been my number 11 on here. If there is one song on this album that I feel,
you're going number 11 instead of combining.
Oh, number 9. Here I am, just fucking hypocritically doing. But anyway, number 9 is Danger for me. I'm glad. I think it's the perfect song to end off this album with. I don't think it would have fit anywhere else on the album, but I do love the song. I've got nothing against the song. I think it's got a great story to it, and I think the tempo changes are awesome that they pull off. It's just something to end the album with. It's a good song, though. I got nothing against it. Danger falls at number 9 for me, but I do not skip it.
Gigi's asking, what kind of Crue fan am I since I haven't heard the Karabi album? I was a Crue fan until just after Dr. Feelgood, and you got to realize in those later 80s, so many awesome bands were coming out that I just started losing track. I heard Vince left, and I'm like, I'll get to it, and I just never did. So it was nothing personal. I didn't know who Karabi was at the time. It's just there was so much great music back then.
Yes.
Number 9, I am going to go Danger as well. I don't even like that I have to put this at number 9 because I think this deserves to be on maybe Theater of Pain.
Yes, it would have made, yeah.
I mean, It's a really good song. I really like it. It doesn't fit the vibe of this album. But that being said, I wouldn't skip it. There ain't a track on here I'd skip, and that includes any little, 60-second little intro or whatever. I think everything done on here is masterful. But yeah, They Gotta Fall, and everything else rocks so hard that Danger just hits number 9.
Okay, number 8, and this may come to a surprise to a lot of people. Now, look, don't stone me to death. I love this whole album. You got to understand, I have lived with this album since 1983. I know this album front, back, in between. I can sing every lyric on here without missing a step. Number eight is a single off of the album, which is Too Young to Fall in Love.
Wow.
I love it. I do. That just shows you how much I love this album. Dude, it really is a great song. If there is a tempo change in the album, with the exception of Danger, it would be Too Young to Fall in Love. Kind of ballad-esque, but not really a ballad. A mid-tempo rocker, in my opinion, that sounds perfect. The beat, I love the steady beat. The da-da-da-da, it's a rocker, man. Crazy video, of course, like the Lick It Up videos.
Yeah.
But hey, man, it's a jammer. And I've got nothing against it. Had to fall somewhere.
All right, I just had to get that up there because it is so similar to the whole vibe of the All Hell's Breaking Loose video, which came out in the same year.
Yeah.
I am going to go, and here's where it got hard because all my recollection from a child had 3 songs, 1, 2, and 3. That's not how it played out now. Some songs made significant jumps, but at number 8, I'm going with Knock 'Em Dead, Kid. And again, every song on here could rip your face off, with the exception of Danger. I tell you, one thing I wish, I had some shit to do around town, so I was blasting this in the fucking car. I wish it would have been produced a little better. Not the sound, like the overall production, but it doesn't have heavy enough bass for a killer Bose audio system.
I agree.
But Knock 'Em Dead, Kid is fucking awesome, and that's going to be my number 8.
And I agree. We're going to be close on a few things. I don't know if we're going to match up, but we're going to be close. Number 7 for me, and here we go. Beat a Dead Horse, man. A broken record or a scratched record. I love the song. Now, not going to be much to pick at, guys. I'm telling you. This time around, I don't know if I've probably done this album. I don't think we have since we've been doing this, but Bastard is my number 7, and it's a Motley rocker. Okay, I mean, I've got nothing negative to say about the song. That's how much I think of this album. It really is a pyromania to me. It really is a Back in Black or a Rock and Roll Over. It's that album from this band for me. Every other album they have, I could really probably nitpick and find something that I wouldn't praise as much, but maybe still like. This one, I can't. So there you go.
All right. That was your number 11, you said, or number 8?
Number 11.
Number 11. All right.
Yeah.
So I think we are actually going to match on one. I don't have in this sound bank the bell keyed up, so we're going to do this. All right. So we are matching up at number 11 with Bastard. And the main thing I got written, repetition that fucking works. There are a couple songs on here that have heavy repetition, and it just makes the song that much better. This whole album, I mean, if you look at the song names and you want to go with the Satanic theme, which this band scared the fuck out of me when this album come out. I mean, keep in mind, I'm maybe 6th grade, 7th grade around there. And in North Dakota, especially Bismarck, where I live, Satanic cults were huge. It was a real fucking thing. We had caves outside of what was called the desert, which is like this rocky, place people would go and fucking 4-wheel and do all this shit out by the way out of town, out by the Catholic college. I mean, it was in the newspaper. They had to dynamite the tunnels for all the satanic cult activity, all that shit. So Crue comes out with this and everything is Satan, 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 and scared the piss out of me. And you look at the song titles, Looks to Kill, Red Hot, Bastard, God Blessed, Children of the Beast, Danger. I mean, Shout at the Devil. I mean, everything about this was fucking sinister and evil, at least to my young mind. And Bastard was one of those songs that was just hauntingly evil to me. And it still kicks ass.
Absolutely, man. And another thing, Motley Crue's anything but satanic.
Absolutely.
This is kind of the reverse psychology of Satanic. They were kind of going against the grain about Satan, but with the pentagram and all that stuff, my parents or my dad and a lot of parents were not fans of this band.
No, I was forced. Me and the neighbor were forced to destroy this album by my neighbor's mother.
Oh, that's right. I remember that story.
Yeah. No, I wasn't saying they are satanic. I'm just saying that was the imagery around it, and it scared the hell out of me. But it was like captivating and hypnotic the way they were doing it, that you almost felt like you were doing something wrong, but it felt so right.
Looking for those backward messages and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it was a evil seduction, but that's what really drew the attention. See, and thank God they did not go with the original name that Nikki Sixx was wanting to name the band, which was X Mass. I mean, come on. Yeah. Mick Mars is the one that came up with Mötley Crüe. So thank God for Mick Mars. But anyway, yeah, you got to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Number 6. We're going to go with, you just touched on it, Knock 'em Dead Kid. A great punch. Like you said, there's a little bit of treble on this album, not quite enough punching bass with the drums and the bass guitar, but still it works. They did a lot of albums like that back in the day, man. It seemed like the more screeching and ear piercing it was, the better it was at that time for some reason. But anyway, Knock 'em Dead Kid's always been a great song, a great chorus to go along with it. And when we get to choruses, that'll be my number 1 this time around, bro. Wow. But anyway, number 6, Knock 'em Dead Kid.
Number 6 for me, I'm gonna do the combo platter here since we're combining. One of the most beautifully melodic guitar tones to praise Satan, I guess. God Bless the Children of the Beast / Helter Skelter. This, I'll tell you right now, I can guarantee you without ever having to fucking talk to the singer of Ghost, this was a massive, massive influence in his entire shtick. This God Bless the Children of the Beast. It is so out of Ghost's playbook with the melodic, almost feel sorry for the devil type sound. Just a beautiful guitar riff into a killer song, which, by the way, was fucking outstanding by the Beatles as well, by the way. I mean, you think Little Submarine and Old Bloody and shit, and you hear them kick this goddamn song out, and it's just a trip. But Motley takes it to a whole nother level. Absolutely amazing combo for platter for this song.
Absolutely. And take it again. Here's a guy that never had anything against the Beatles, but I never heard these songs from the Beatles until after. I always thought it was Motley's song. So there you go. Okay, number 5. The first song I ever heard by Motley Crüe, the first video I ever heard by Motley Crüe, and I still love it to this day. It's a great, those videos were great. As corny as they could have been, they still worked for the time. You were young, you didn't care, your imagination was just all over the place, and you were just rocking out. Looks that kill. And there is so many people that I've come across in this life that do have the looks that kill. And one of them is probably watching right now. But anyway, yes, great song. I love it. I've always loved it. Here we go. Nothing to pick at. Perfection.
Thank you, MC Dad. Christopher says number 5's Helter Skelter for himself. All right, I don't want to get YouTube's ass hairs up, but I had to have that video in there.
Did you catch that?
Okay, so we are on to number 5, and I go to Combo Platter number 2. One of the coolest intros since Gene Simmons' 1978 solo album. In the beginning, into Shout at the Devil. That is just a masterful way to start the album. A great song to come right in off that intro. Shout at the Devil used to be my favorite song on this album, but it is not anymore. But it is still fucking phenomenal. I even like the reissued version they did decades later, right? The live thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, even that was badass with like the black and white and the strobes and stuff. I mean, let me just say this. I'm going to break new ground here. I've always said it's very hard for me to pick favorite bands of all time because I've loved so many. But through the decades, I've come to realize, for me, for my taste, I can't anoint someone even a top 10 band for me if I only like 1 or 2 albums. So with all we've been doing, Girls, 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 Theater of Pain, of course, you know, Too Fast for Love now, Shout at the Devil will do fucking Dr. Feelgood. Motley is in the top fucking 3 or 4. They just are. And I'm not talking as people. I'm not talking as my favorite band to see live. I'm just saying, pound for pound, the sheer number of songs I love, it's fucking undeniable. I mean, they're right there with Rat for me right now. I mean,
I agree.
It's fucking phenomenal. There's so many great bands had great albums, don't get me wrong. But not this many, at least for me. So they have to be in the conversation for at least top 5 for me now. But yeah, in the beginning, Shout at the Devil, number 5 for me.
Yeah, and when we done our top 10 bands or whatever here a while back, of course, they were around my top 5. I don't remember exactly what spot, but they were there. And Rat, too, in my top 10. So, yeah, I had to agree with that because of their overall work. And they did redo Shout at the Devil.
Yes.
On their Generation Swine album, the one that everybody freaking hates, but they done a masterful job of recreating that song on that album.
Mick C, thank you for the $5. He says this album that I would practice in my room because of Tommy Lee, circa 1983.
Awesome. Number 4. The intro, God Bless the Children of the Beast, with the kick-ass Helter Skelter, the song that got my cassette took away from me. There's a few cassettes that got took away from me, and then I started playing them on purpose, and they were getting took away from me anyway. But yeah, this has always been one of my favorites. From here up, I meant to say it's playlist for me. This whole album's a playlist. I mean, who's kidding who here? But on a heavy rotation playlist from 4 and up is always been in my playlist, and this is one of them. I think they made this song their own, literally, because I didn't know the Beatles had done it up until this time. Of course, afterwards, I did hear the Beatles, and yeah, got no problem with their version. You just have to deal with that 60s production, you know. But you know, hey, a rocking song, and at first didn't even know what they were talking about. I just knew I loved the song. So Helter Skelter with God Bless the Children of the Beast at number 4 at this point in time.
All right, real quick. William says, "What's up, guys?" Let's see. Motley 22, Shout 97, same vocal as the original. Everything else was re-recorded. It was awesome, no matter what it was. NC Dad says he's got too much bourbon going on. He can't type. All right. So let's get back to Rob Father said something a few months ago. All this is so in place in the brain. Okay, I don't remember what you're talking about. But let's get to my number 4, shall we? "10 seconds to fucking love." This song, that riff, that Tommy Lee beat, this whole thing. If you're not fucking bobbing your head with your fucking pedal to the metal, you don't have a fucking pulse. Absolutely fell in love with this song to the point where it's skyrocketed up my list today. Scotty.
Yeah, gotta get there, yeah. And I agree wholeheartedly. Number 3, guys, and another intro that is one of the most iconic intros, dude. This was, like Rob said, listening to the Gene Simmons solo album intro that was almost scary if all the lights were off and you were in a dark, quiet place with your comrades or whatever, and you're trying to scare yourself in some stupid way. In the beginning, holy goodness gracious, it still stands up to this day as one of the best intros to an album, in my opinion. I don't care. I love the dark, the truth to it. It brings it in with Shout at the Devil, which just literally stomps your face in with that riff when they start rocking out. Just absolutely amazing way to start this album, and you're in at this point in time. So that is my number 3, and from 4 up, maybe 5 could all be 1s here, guys. This was a tug of war.
Yeah. And Vake says the beginning is badass, and it is. There is just something about it that just it's a scary fuck. It is, especially for a kid, man. It is one of those cool tunes. All right, well, tunes. It's an intro, but it deserves its own track as far as I'm concerned. That's one of those things that was an ad that wasn't an ad. It served a purpose. It set the whole framework up. All right, speaking of badass fucking riffs. All right, I could play these fucking songs all day and get banned and our stream shut down. So I won't do that. But I can fucking promise everybody out there in drumland, Tommy Lee wasn't using no 2-for-1 cheat pedal. Those were two fucking bass drums side by side, kicking fucking ass. Amazing fucking song. Vince Neil's vocals on this are fucking otherworldly. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, Darren. This is fucking prime power Vince Neil. Red hot, my number 3.
Absolutely, dude. And I was coming into this thinking he may have danger at the bottom, but I guarantee you Red Hot's not going to be far behind. I did. You surprised me with that one. You really did. Hell, we're going there right freaking now. Number 2, Red Hot. One of my favorite songs on this album, the heaviest song, pound for pound and speed on this album, and it is performed excellent to perfection, and they do it live so damn did. Let me put that in there. Back in the day, they done this song so awesomely live. I remember the girls tour when they played this song. It was so perfect. And when they went off with, Red Hot at the last and the red flames just shot up in the air, man, this is a heavy metal Motley Crüe song. And they tried to recreate this on Theater of Pain and failed, just horribly failed with Use It Till You Lose It, with that drum beat and stuff. But Red Hot, I can't say enough. It was my number 1. I struggled big time with number 1 and number 2 on here, and I just finally had to go with something. But I love it. Always have, always will. This is a true put your fist in the air and rock out hard with Motley. Red Hot.
Christopher points out something too. Vince should do a recreation of that gatefold photo nowadays, being funny because of the wider lens and everything. But that's another reason why this album, their videos, their looks, Mick with the blood, Nicky with his legs on fire. I mean, so much about this band was coming back off of a young kid who just freaking got the shit scared out of him with Creatures of the Night. And they're coming out with that same Kiss evil vibe and the gatefold right to a kid who's coming off of a live 1, 2, double platinum, the Elder, all these gatefolds. I mean, Motley was the fucking second coming of Kiss for me back then. Unfortunately, I was, forbade to get too far into them at that young of age, but it didn't stop me from trying.
That's right.
My number 2, you had this earlier, and I get it, overplaying all of that, but I thought it would suffer that for me too. But Looks That Kill might be one of the most iconic riffs I've ever heard. I mean, what it is the minute that first chord hits.
Yeah,
I can't praise and guilty. I'm guilty. Mick Mars went completely fucking overlooked my entire teenage. I want to be a guitar hero, era of my life, because he wasn't fucking flashy. The more we do these Motley Crue albums, he was such a fucking master at doing just the right amount. The tone in his rhythms alone, the melodies in his leads. There's no doubt why people, put aside, of course, all the personal bullshit that the band has went through, why people say Mick Mars is Motley Crue. It's like Brian May is the sound of Queen to me. It's not Freddie Mercury. It's Brian May. If you're into Queen music, it's that fucking unmistakable guitar. That's Mick fucking Mars. That's Mick Mars to Motley Crue. There is never been, I've never heard another guitarist with his sound that plays the way he plays. And I'm not saying he's superior. to anybody. I'm saying it's different and it's unique and it fucking works. And looks that kill. That guitar riff alone, all starting right from the very jump, all the way through, is just fucking amazing and iconic. And I can't get enough of the song.
Yeah, and I agree, and that's why I loved the music back in the 70s and 80s so much, man. Everyone had their signature sound. You knew who you were listening to before you even heard the vocals. Now, before it got too saturated, at this point in time, you knew what band you were listening to. Um, Okay, guys, we are to the climax pinnacle of this Shout at the Devil album, which is superior, in my opinion. And I've always loved this song. I don't know if it's always been my favorite one on here, but it always has been in the top somewhere because it's all that good. Um, 10 Seconds to Freaking Love grabbed me this time probably more than any other time. I love how the song progresses, and my God, that breakdown when Vince starts doing his little, you know, feels so good. Do you want some more? I got one more shot before I'm out the door. You know, just he is so just great at that. I love Tommy's drums on here. The beat, everything about this song, I've always truly loved. And again, Alive is one of the songs where Vince gets out there and fucks with a crowd and talking shit, and literally is awesome to the core. It is my number one this time go around on Shout at the Devil. Next week, you never know what you might get, but right now, right here, it's 10 Seconds to Love.
Brilliant, brilliant. And I am going to play something just out of respect because I think it deserves it before I give my number one.
Streets, here we young and look back. So we took our dreams, ran like hell, lived a youth from the wishing well. We made the bonded pact, live or die, no turning back, scarred for life. Then my best friend died, lost my mind, made me hate. I can't escape.
All right. I'm sorry, man. Not every ballad has to sound like an opera, man. So much fucking emotion in Vince's voice, even the breaking of his voice. Again, it's going to get overlooked, I would guess, by most people 99% of the time when you're dealing with the anger and heaviness of this album, but a tremendous song.
I love it.
All right, so my number one has not been dethroned since it took over Shout at the Devil many, many moons ago. Too Young to Fall in Love. I just find this the absolute perfect Motley Crüe song. It's got the fucking swagger. It's got the epic cowbell, heavy fucking handed beat from Tommy Lee. It's got the killer rhythm guitar intro. It's got a spectacularly cheesy video. It's got everything you want in that heavy metal from the early 80s. I absolutely love this song. I always have. I always will.
And I do too. Just because it's low on my list, as I said before, this whole album is spectacular. It's impossible to rank. That's just where I stand, and I guess Rob does too.
And
It's hard.
Vake backs us up and says all those songs are great, 10 out of 10. It's perfect the fucking heavy metal album as you're gonna ever get.
It is real heavy metal.
Real,
hard
yeah,
rock
not
album.
hair metal. I mean, I get pyromania and all that stuff, but for an actual, I would say fucking Metal Health comes close.
Not death metal is what I'm talking about.
but
The stuff that we,
Back in Black, British Steel, just your punch you in the mouth metal. Yes.
yes, the hard riff, just crack your ribs metal.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. And I am so glad we went on this Motley Crue train.
Me too.
And we will, guys, we will get to Karabi's version.
Yes.
We will eventually.
I want to get them all. I want to get everything they've done.
We're going. That's what I was going to say. Even Generation Swine.
Yes. Yes.
As much as it's slammed, and I can understand. I get it.
Is it that drastic of a difference musically?
It isn't. It is, but it isn't. It's Motley experimenting with all kinds of things, and I do believe that you'll love the remake of Shout. There'll be a couple of songs that you'll really like, but there's going to be some stuff that you do not like me. But the ballad on there, I don't care what anybody says, is so beautiful and perfect. Not Tommy Lee's pile of shit. Vince's ballad. Tommy Lee sings a song on there and it's horrible. Don't listen to it. It's about it.
I never heard him sing.
Oh God, it's horrible. But Vince's song is named Glitter, and it is absolutely perfection. Vince vocals, and it is a beautiful, beautiful ballad. And there's two different versions of it. We will get there, folks.
This was fucking awesome, Scott. I love doing Strange Ways with you, how we started, because we always pick albums that we fucking love, not just like, not just tolerate. So it's always so much fun in the homework. And I've got a suggestion from NC Dad saying, fuck it, Rob, play Shout at the Devil. If they block it, so what? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out with Shout at the Devil. Scott, you can leave. I'm going to smoke a cigarette with everybody and let it play until the song's over. Then the stream's going to end. Thank everybody for watching.